Drive through cities like Onitsha, Aba, or Owerri. You will see something shocking. Money, massive money, plazas everywhere, hotels everywhere, markets expanding endlessly, streets lined with newly built houses, billions of naira in visible investments. Yet, no skyline, no defining towers, no iconic structures, no architectural statements, no wow factor. Now compare that to Lagos or Abuja. You immediately see a difference. Glass towers, luxury high-rises, sky-defining buildings, recognizable landmarks. So the question is unavoidable. Why does the Southeast build so much but still look so average? The Southeast has a fundamentally different development philosophy. Build wide, not tall. Historically, land in many Southeastern communities was family-owned, community-controlled, passed down through generations. This created a mindset. Why build up when you can build across your own land? Unlike dense megacities, Southeast cities evolved as horizontal expansions rather than vertical intensification. Instead of a 120-story building, you get 5 3-story buildings, same investments, completely different visual impact. There is a quiet truth many developers won't say publicly. High-rise buildings are seen as risky. In regions where structural regulation is inconsistent, soil testing is often skipped, enforcement is weak. Developers play it safe. They prefer 2 to 5 floors, simple structural load, minimal engineering complexity, because one mistake in a high-rise can destroy everything. This is not just fear, it is economic survival. Vertical construction is expensive, very expensive. To go from 4 floors to 15 floors, you need deep foundation piling, advanced structural engineering, high-grade steel, elevators, fire safety systems, mechanical systems. Most Southeast developers are private individuals, not corporations. They are not building for prestige. They are building for rental income, quick returns, and business use. So they ask a simple question: why spend 10 billion on one tower when I can build 10 plazas? Look at global cities. Skylines are not built by individuals. They are built by corporations, institutional investors, government-backed developers. In Nigeria, Lagos has corporate real estate. Abuja has government-driven planning. But in Southeast, development is fragmented. Thousands of small developers, no unified vision, no coordinated skyline planning, no mega real estate firms shaping cities, just individual success stories scattered across the landscape. This is one of the biggest factors. Most Southeast developers want fast construction, immediate rental income, low risk. High-rise buildings require long-term financing, patience, and professional management. But many investors operate in cash-based systems, informal financing, short investment cycles, so naturally, they avoid complex long-term projects. Here's the blunt truth. Function beats aesthetics in the Southeast. Most buildings are designed to maximize shop space, maximize rent, and minimize costs, not to inspire, define skylines, or attract global attention. That's why you see repetitive plaza designs, box-shaped hotels, unfinished exteriors, minimal glass architecture. It's not lack of money, it's lack of priority. Urban planning in many Southeast cities is reactive, not proactive. You rarely see zoned skyline district, height regulation tied to urban design, master plan business hubs. Instead, development happens plot by plot, individually, organically, uncoordinated. This destroys skyline potential because skylines are not accidental, they are engineered. You cannot build modern vertical cities without infrastructure. High-rise cities require stable electricity, reliable water systems, fire service capacity, road networks, and drainage systems. Without this, tall buildings become liabilities, so developers adapt. They build simpler, smaller, and safer. Land in Southeast is emotional, deeply emotional. Families prefer multiple buildings across family land rather than selling land for mega development. This creates fragmentation and prevents land pooling. Large-scale urban projects, skyscraper districts, because skyscrapers need consolidated lands. Cities like Dubai, Kigali, and Nairobi made deliberate decisions to build iconic skylines, attract global investment, and create identity. Even Eco Atlantic is attempting this in Nigeria. The Southeast has capital, entrepreneurs, and population, but lacks coordinated ambition. So why do Southeast cities look mediocre despite heavy investment? Not because people can't build, but because they build individually, not collectively. They prioritize returns over legacy. They avoid risk. They lack coordinated urban vision. They do not invest in iconic architecture. The result, a region full of wealth, buildings, and economic activity, but lacking identity, skyline, and global presence. The Southeast did not fail to build. It built aggressively, relentlessly, endlessly, But in the process, it forgot to build up. It forgot to build bold. And most importantly, it forgot to build for the future. Kindly like and share this video. Subscribe to get more informative and educative content from 1010 Media. Thank you.